Haddersfield University is under pressure this weekend after human rights campaigners uncovered evidence of torture by the Bahraini security services. The BBC estimates the university could have earned over £1 million by teaching an MSc in security sciences at a location in Bahrain, allegedly directly linked with torture. Now Lib Dem peer Lord Scriven is calling on the university to end the relationship. David Rhodes has this report.
Fawaz Abdul Nabi Habib Abdullah is a father of three who used to live in Bradford. A Bahraini national, upon returning home, he then visited Iran and was subsequently convicted of terrorism offences by the Bahraini government. Fawaz denies any wrongdoing but is serving a 15-year prison sentence. This week he described to me his alleged torture at the Royal Academy of Police in Bahrain.
I've been taken at Royal Academy. They started by taking off our clothes and beating us on heads and touching sensitive places. They said they will use electric shocks as well.
We have been provided a copy of Fawaz's university degree purporting to show that he studied in Bradford. However, the BBC has not independently verified his account or his allegation of torture at the Royal Academy of Police, a facility at which the University of Huddersfield runs a master's degree for police officers in security science, according to a press release published by the university in 2019. There is no allegation that anyone directly employed by the University of Huddersfield has been involved in human rights abuses at this police academy seen in this Bahraini government video. As part of its degree programme, the university teaches recruits modules such as investigative forensic psychology and terrorism and conflict resolution. A new report published this week by two human rights groups, they say, reveals how 4 of these 8 men currently awaiting execution in Bahrain were allegedly tortured at the Royal Academy.
This is really significant. They are training the Bahraini violent police. They are the same police are responsible for serious crimes under the international law like torture. These individuals which are currently on death row were tortured at that academy where the University of Haddersfield teach its courses since 2017 or at least since 2018 to this date.
In response, the Bahraini embassy told the BBC that all 8 men had been convicted of homicide offences and had been given fair trials. The embassy went on to say that it had a zero-tolerance approach to any misconduct and that it had put in place human rights safeguards to prevent such violations from happening. They went on to say there had been individual cases of misconduct within the police in the past, but they had been investigated and dealt with appropriately. The relationship between the university and the Bahraini government was reportedly cultivated by Prince Andrew, who was Chancellor of the university before he stepped down from public life. The Prince visited the Gulf state in his capacity as a representative of the university in 2019. Using information available through Freedom of Information requests, the BBC estimates the university may have earned at least £1 million from its partnership with the Bahraini government over the past 5 years.
Torture is taking place at the institution that they are getting hundreds of thousands of pounds, if not millions of pounds for teaching. They need to stand back, reflect and look at their potential implication of their institution being highlighted in human rights abuses. It's now down to the Vice-Chancellor to come out with concrete evidence to prove that since his institution was in Bahrain, that the Academy of Policing hasn't been implicated in human rights abuses. If he can't do that, then he has to close down this course.
We asked to interview the Vice-Chancellor of the university, Professor Bob Cryan. We were told the university would not be making any comment on any of the allegations contained in this report. The UK Foreign Office said it raises human rights concerns with the Bahraini government, but questions persist about one of our region's universities and their links with a Gulf state.
That was David Rhodes reporting there. Dan Jarvis, do you agree with Lord Scriven that the University of Huddersfield should take a long look at its links with Bahrain?
Well, human rights are fundamental and non-negotiable. So every British organisation, I think, has an absolute responsibility to ensure that they are supporting democratic norms and upholding international law. And they also have a responsibility to ensure that in no way are they seen to be supporting behaviour that is as repugnant as torture. So I think this report does raise serious questions, and as I say, every organisation needs to ensure that it is in no way complicit with the issue of torture.
This has got to be looked at in detail. It raises huge concern, and I think it's sort of, the other thing is, it's raising the sort of integrity of the university, isn't it, as well? So they do have to look really closely at that, and I would like to see, they're going to have to come forward with a detailed report on this, an investigation to see whether actually this sort of thing can continue, because human rights are sacrosanct and they shouldn't be, squandered away in a way to sort of raise extra revenue.
Well, we would love to hear from the University of Huddersfield should they choose to talk to us, but our door remains open on that one. Now,